Let's chit chat. I'm on my way to the range. Got the FX Panthera in tow, 25 cal. I ran into a little bit of an issue yesterday when I went to shoot the new Zan 41 grain slugs, and I found that the hammer that was in my Panthera, which came from the factory, which is fine, was not strong enough to open my valve at the regulator pressures that I was trying to get to obtain the speeds that those slugs fly best at. So what's up, Daniel? So I just continued to shoot it a little bit more, just kind of had some fun with it and stuff like that, and then brought it home and swapped out my hammers. So I went from a 11 gram hammer to a 14 gram hammer, which should be enough to achieve the 980 to about 1,005 feet per second that I'm looking for with these slugs. I also switched my barrel liner back to the heavy liner. I had downgraded it, or not downgraded it, but changed it to the superior liner because I was shooting lighter weight slugs. But now that I want to shoot a little bit heavier in the 25 cal, I went ahead and put the heavy liner back in it. So yeah, we're going to take it out and see if we can't hit that, 150 bar, which should give speed. My hammer the stock hammer was struggling in the anything past like 120, which was fine because I was getting, like, even at like 110 bar, I was getting like 950, 960 out of a 41 grain slug. But as soon as I tried to go above that 120 or so, it speed decreased. So definitely looking forward to getting it out there. And I definitely didn't want to put a tungsten in it. Man, big old freaking herd of deer on the side of the road. I mean, there was probably 20 deer standing right there on the side of the expressway. It's common up here. But and believe it or not, most of the time they're pretty smart. They're just there to eat the grass. They really don't try to cross the road very often. At least I don't see very many dead ones. So, so we're gonna head over to the range, take the Panthera out, and get this thing all tuned up for NRL for this season, and some PRS shooting, and get her going. So I have not looked into. I've had some people ask me if I'm gonna swap over to the Saber bottom rail and the Saber weights for it. I have not yet. Yeah, right. You said we got city deer, but I have not yet embarked down that road yet. But I do have a new compressor on its way, and I'm going to be talking to you guys about it. I've got a PCP Kong Bigfoot coming in the next month, and we're going to be talking pretty heavily about that one. I've been in the market for a better compressor for a long time. I've used Young Hangs pretty much. Well, actually, I've used Young Hangs since day one, and I've been through a few of them. I'm not your average shooter. I shoot a lot, so I'm filling 2 tanks off of Young Hangs, and they do work to fill your tank. I try not to shoot them down too low, and I usually only fill them to 4,000 psi, so it is a little easier on the compressor. But I've been in the market for something obviously a little quieter, and I'm looking for something that is totally set up to fill tanks. And we're talking with Izzy and been at the pellet shop and stuff like that. I've come to the conclusion that for the price point, it is a really, really good choice. FSA, you hangry? I don't know what that means. Oh, first aid air guns. Got it. So I reached out and they are doing a lot of research on the compressor itself. And I know freaking Lambo. Oh, no, it's a Corvette. That was a Lamborghini. I'm out in the middle of the woods, bro. But so, like I said, I've done a lot of research on the company that makes the compressors themselves. They have a very long history of making high pressure air compressors. So, I'm confident in the craftsmanship of the unit itself, and I'm looking forward to bringing it to you guys. I just need something that's more reliable for filling these tanks, especially to top them off at 4,500. We're coming into the shooting time of year where I'm out pretty much. I go to the range probably 5 times a week, and and just totally freaking, I waste a lot of air. Well, I don't waste a lot of air, but I shoot a lot of air. So, I'm just over rebuilding young hangs. I am. I'm sick and tired of it, man. It's kind of silly, but it is what it is. Can't hunt crap around there except squirrels and rabbits. Hey, squirrels are good eating, man. So are rabbits. Awesome, papa. But so yeah, I do have my Medic trauma kit in the car with me. I can't say enough about Medic, man. These guys, listen. There's all kinds of companies out there selling first aid products. There really are. There's a lot of them. And I can tell you that this company employs ER doctors, nurses, and paramedics and EMTs to help them to develop their products and ensure that the kits that they are putting out are everything that a ER doctor would require for a field injury. And to me, that just speaks volumes. Their quality is undeniably amazing. It really, really, truly is. And I can't, like I said, I can't thank them enough. Yeah, they do have a CS4I coming to the U.S. As a matter of fact, they reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to review one, and I said absolutely. So I should have one of those come in, and we'll be able to bring you guys that as well. So I'm looking forward to it. Having a portable compressor is amazing too. I also want to do another series again on hand pumping. Speaking of, I think that everybody needs to own a hand pump, and whether you use it or you just have it, I think that it's imperative, especially if in fact the proverbial shit hits the fan or we just lose power. Having an alternative air source that you can do by hand is paramount in my opinion. You know, I know there's portable compressors, but that would require you starting your vehicle, which is burning gas. And in case of a actual power outage where even maybe the gas stations are without power and not able to pump gas, just being able to fill up one of your smaller PCP rifles to be able to hunt and potentially defend yourself is amazing. I'm also going to be doing another series on air guns and for self-defense, because I'm going to tell you, I remember when I first started getting into PCPs, and man, I remember there was this huge, like, I don't know what you want to call it, but there was this huge, like, everybody was talking about air guns for self-defense, and everybody was knocking them and saying, no, you can't use an air gun for self-defense. No, you can't. No, you can't. No, you can't. It's stupid. You're dumb. Blah, blah, blah. Well, here we are 2.5 years later, almost 3 years actually, of me reviewing just about every air gun there is. I mean, if you guys go back and look through my over 400 videos, you'll see that I have shot just about every major and some of the minor brands of air guns. I mean, realistically, I have. And I've been able to thoroughly test them. I've seen the foot-pounds of energy. I've had a great run at being able to make a very educated opinion of whether or not you can use an air gun for self-defense. And I'm here to tell you 100% yes you can, and 100% yes they will. The foot-pounds of energy that come out of air guns are more than sufficient to cause bodily harm, and the amount of foot-pounds that are coming out of those, especially at, some of these guns that, like the Zeus, or, a 50 cal, 457, a 357, are just absolutely insane, right? It's insane. And, so, I want to have a educated and cordial conversation on YouTube about it, because once again, and I think I can't really read all the comments, guys, and I apologize, because I'm driving, and they're bigger comments, but there are certain people out there that are not able to possess firearms. Now, am I saying that an air gun should replace a firearm in a self-defense? Not necessarily. However, can they? 100%. I just picked up number 4 shot for my Zeus, which is basically a buckshot load, and the Zeus putting out the power that it does. And I have the 16-inch barrel one, so I mean it's a little smaller. It's obviously it's probably a little heavier than a shotgun, but if you're gonna try to tell me that a round of Zeus buckshot or a slug out of a Zeus, right here, I even got one. If you're gonna tell me that this wad out of a Zeus at over 1,000 feet per second is not going to dispatch somebody that's a threat to you, bro, you need to go get your hearing, your vision, and your mind checked, because you're jumping on board with Let's Go Brandon. I mean, seriously. So there are a lot of things that have obviously changed. We've got semi-automatic and even full automatic 357s, 457s, that hold magazines and are semi-automatic. I mean, dude, listen, let me tell you, these guns are very capable of defending yourself and your family. And if that's what you have, then that's what you have. I mean, if you're living in an area where maybe, getting a handgun or a rifle is just really difficult or not allowed or whatever it is, I don't care what the situation is, you can certainly use an air gun. Even my 257 Texan, that's my coyote gun, man. That thing is powerful as all hell. Shooting, 90 grain slugs. 90 grain slugs is heavier than my 5.56 shoots. Now, granted, my 5.56 shoots about 3 times as fast, but the amount of kinetic energy behind that slug is pretty darn impressive. So, don't think for a minute that, listen, I don't want to get shot with a BB gun, right? Let alone, anything else, So, I don't really want to go into the whole ballistics testing because, everybody shot ballistics gel. If I do that, then it's just going to be another, video on ballistic gel. And I don't want to really get involved with that. But I definitely want to talk about, foot-pounds of energy and how much is really actually required to do damage to a human. And like I said, I don't want to get shot with a BB gun. I remember as kids, man, my buddy shot another buddy of mine with 6 pumps out of his Crosman, and it freaking went in his ankle and rode up his shin bone and lodged up underneath his kneecap. He had to go to the hospital and have surgery. It was crazy, dude. I mean, man, we all freaked out when he accidentally shot our buddy. Actually, he didn't accidentally shoot him. We were young and we were dumb, and we were shooting each other with BB guns, and that's what happened. So, anyway. But actually, I never got shot because I used to tell everybody I was always a bigger kid, and I was like, dude, don't shoot me with that. I'm not going to shoot you with mine, but you shoot me with that, I'm going to punch your lights out. But they would shoot each other, and I would get a kick out of it. I thought it was pretty funny. Most of the time, it never penetrated anybody's pants, let alone their skin, and then rode up their knee. But, man, I'll tell you what, that time that it did, bro, it was crazy. First state says he hopes to get teeth next week. I'll be good. Teeth are good. But, yeah, so, Mr. D, what's going on? And, and actually, I think somebody just brought up the, the less lethal stuff, man. I'm going to tell you what. Listen, man, don't listen. If you didn't see me and Denny shooting each other with 68 caliber out of those burners, dude, you need to go check out that video on my YouTube channel. I still have scars from where I got shot, and I think Denny does too. I mean, it ripped my skin, and we were bleeding, and and it scabbed over, but those scars are there, man. And I mean, and we both have a little bit of cushion up front, so, and we shot each other in the guts. I mean, imagine shooting somebody in the face with one of those. I mean, dude, absolutely, those less lethal guns can be used for self-defense, especially with the pepper gas and the tear gas that they have. So, and I'm not, and please understand, I am not trying to tell anybody to go out and try to shoot somebody with one of these things. We've already done that for you. It hurts, trust me, take my word for it. But, and I'm not telling anybody to do anybody else harm, but, if in fact you had to defend yourself, it's, man, I mean, it's crazy. I run my Byrna SD at the house, and my wife has access to it all the time. And I tell her, man, I'm like, if somebody weird comes to the door and it's loaded with tear gas, I'm like, man, just, let them freaking have it. It's actually loaded with 2 tear gas and 3 or 4 solid projectiles. No, 3, because it's a 5-shot mag, yeah. So, don't ever underestimate those things, man. They hurt. They hurt really, really bad. Really bad. So, but anywho. All right, guys. Well, I'm pulling into the range, so I'm going to break out the Panthera. I'm going to get out to the range. We're going to shoot a video with these 41 grain Zons, and I can't wait to bring it to you. So, until next time, I'm Moose. This is Airguns of Michigan. Be good to each other. God bless. We'll talk to you guys all later, and by all means, go sign up for my Patreon account. I'm getting ready to give a giveaway away. It's the subscription started just $5 a month, guys. This is nothing to, and I can tell you right now, there's only a small amount of people signed up so far, and one of those people, and it might even be you, is going to have an opportunity to win this month's giveaway. So, and it's nothing cheesy, man. You guys are going to want it. I'm telling you. Hear me now, believe me later, because somebody's going to win it, and you're going to kick yourself in the butt for not spending $5 to check this out. So you can go to patreon.com, and you can look me up at Airguns of Michigan. It's all one word, so just look Airguns of Michigan. And or you can check out my YouTube channel. I have links in my YouTube videos for my Patreon, and you guys can check it out. So till next time, be good to each other. God bless. We'll see you guys all later. See ya.